Okay, in this video we're going to take another look at the Heck reaction, look at a couple more complicated things. Suppose we wanted to make the compound up here on top, where we have the six-membered ring as part of a diene. Well, you could need to make this bond right here. And how could you do that? Well, you could use cyclohexene and then this nice vinyl chloride. So let's go ahead and see what Oscar Sen says about this reaction. What has happened? Look at this. The double bond has moved. We didn't get the compound that we wanted to get. What's going on? Well, we talked about this in lecture, but it's a little confusing. In the intermediate, as this reaction proceeds, you have your alkene bound to the palladium and your vinyl group bound to the palladium. The vinyl group will essentially do a migration up here, or you can say the alkene gets inserted into the vinyl palladium bond, whichever way you look at it, you get an intermediate like this. The vinyl group has to go on the same side of the double bond as where the palladium was. The next step is to pull a hydrogen off and go on to our final product. The problem is the hydrogen you really want to pull off is this one up here, but it's on top. You can't reach it. So what you have to do is go to the other side and pull off this hydrogen. This means that you've moved the double bond. So we're not going to get the product we were looking for. Let's go back and try again. Some other way we can do this. Well, we can't do this double bond and that halide. Can we turn it around? Can we use this, just put the chlorine on the six-membered ring and couple to the terminal alkene? That would work, but it's not so easy to find. It turns out it's not so easy to find that chloride. How would you make it? No really easy way of making a chloride at this position. No good way of making that compound. If you had it, it'd be easy to do the chemistry, but not so easy to make. But what we can do is use a triflate. Okay, a triflate is much easier to obtain. How do you get that triflate? Well, there's chemistry to do that. We take cyclohexanone. Okay, take cyclohexanone. Sorry, let me draw this out. Let me get rid of the triflate for a second. Okay, and we're going to take cyclohexanone with the anhydride of the triflic acid in the presence of pyridine. What's the pyridine going to do? Pyridine is going to pull off a proton next to the carbonyl, form a new double bond, and a single bond to the oxygen. We're going to form an enolate, in other words, and the oxygen is going to bond to the triflate. So let's do that. We have our triflate. Now that we have our triflate, we can do our coupling reaction. So we simply add our palladium on here. We go up and we get our alkene, but now the alkene is going to be, here's our alkene. And press the magic button, and we've made our compound. So sometimes you have to try different approaches to get to where you're going.